Hello guys, and welcome back to another class of our course about the complete introduction to data science with the use of Python. So in this class we are still talking about matplotlib, and we are going to learn how to create another type of chart. So basically we are going to create another type of graph or chart. And today one will be the pie graph or the pie chart. So basically we are going to create a pie that will give a piece for each element that we'll have inside of our chart. So you'll see it's pretty simple to make. It's not that hard, but it's a bit different. So the first part of the course, we are going to import matplotlib as we always do. Then we are going to create arguments that we are going to use. When we will have our arguments, we'll simply create the function. So we'll use the pie function in this case. Finally, we'll give a title to our chart and show everything to visualize the data. And by the end, we'll also play with the style of this graph. So let's start. So as I said, the first thing that we will do is we will import matplotlib. So matplotlib.pyplot. So when everything is imported, the second thing that we'll do is we are going to work with the arguments that we will need. So basically, for the purpose of this course, what I prepared is pretty simple. We are going to work with a basic example. So we'll have food that will be sold, and basically we'll calculate the number of sales and the food that has been sold, and we'll give each type of food a certain color. So let's do it. So basically we'll start with writing down the foods that we have. So we have our food right here, and what exactly we have like food. So basically we'll have, let's say, pizza. We will have ice cream. And finally, we will have, let's say, burgers. So as you can see, pretty simple. So we have three types of food. The second thing that we'll need is the sales for each one. So basically, let's say we have sold I don't know, let's say we have sold 20 pizzas. We have sold, what else? We have sold 10 ice creams, and we have sold 30 burgers. All right, and finally, the last thing that we will need is the colors. So basically, what color will be used for each of those things. So in this case, pretty simple. For pizza, let's say it's gonna be red. For ice cream, let's say it's gonna be blue. And finally, for burgers, let's say it's gonna be yellow. All right, so we have everything that we need for our pie chart. So basically we have our types of food that we will use. We have the sales that have been made for each type of food. And finally, the color for each type of food that we have. So let's write down the function. So it's pretty simple. It's gonna be plt.pie, since that's a pie chart. So the first part of it will be what are the numbers that we have sold. So basically this is the first part, and the numbers are in the variable sales. So we'll just write down sales right here. Then the second element of the variable will be the colors or the type of food. So basically in this case, we are going to use the type of food. So it's called labels. So what are the labels? It's the one right here, right? So what exactly are the labels that we are going to give to each part of our pie chart? So in this case, the labels will be pizza, ice cream, as well as burgers. And the labels are inside of the variable food. Finally, the last variable that we will need will be the color variable. So in this case, what each label will have like a color. So what color each label will have. So in this case, it's pretty simple. It's called colors. And the colors variable right here will be linked with the variable color. We'll just write down color. All right, so we have everything that we need. Now it's time to now it's time to give a title to our chart. So let's just give it a title. So let's name it example. So just example food. All right, so right now we have the title of our chart. Last thing that we have left to do is simply see what it all looks like. So we will run everything by just writing down plt.show. And as you can see, this is our pie chart that we have. So if we compare what we have right here with the answers, so basically we have our title, that is example food. We have pizza, which is the first one and has 20 sales, which is the second biggest one. We have burgers, which is the half of the pie. So in this case, 30 sales. And finally, as ice cream that only has 10 sales is the lowest one right there. So everything makes sense. All right, so right now that everything works, we can play with the style. So once again, this is what we will do. So we'll import the sub package styles. So just write down from matplotlib import style. And what we'll do right now, we'll just add a style to our chart. So we'll just write down style.use and we can choose the type of style that we want. So for this class, we can use classic. This is one type of one style that exists. So if we run everything, as you can see, it became a bit different. The background became gray. So basically this is another style that can be used. So if you guys want to change, for example, the numbers right here, put let's say 15 instead of 10, you can do it. If you want to change the color instead of blue, putting green, for example, you can do it as well. And if you run the app, you'll see it's gonna automatically adapt. So as you can see, it's pretty simple, and this is an amazing visual tool. So basically it allows you to see visually your data and be able to get the answers that you need pretty easier. So that's it for this class, guys, and see you all in our next class.